right, so we are going to talk about some players who couldn't make moves to clubs. What is here at the moment, they are free agents. So let me say, players are team. I'm going to mean team beyond Kwanko Tomono. There were a lot of players who couldn't make move this summer. And I believe that Manchester United, you fans, you were not happy. And it wasn't enough for you guys with the signing of Matthias Cunha, with the signing of Brian Mbomo, with the signing of some other players. Ruben Amorim believes that this is it there. And he might be Manchester United. But these are the names that at the moment there is no rule binding them. So any club will be our person of Fabio. First player, Hakim Ziyech. You know, Hakim Ziyech is a former player of Ajax Amsterdam. He came to Chelsea. Then he went to Galatasaray. He didn't work for Hakim Ziyech. So as it stands now, Hakim Ziyech is a free agent player. That everything be out, you can go for Hakim Ziyech. You know, Hakim Ziyech was one of the best players that in the year 2020-2021, during that Champions League season, under Eric Ten Hag, this guy, he was fantastically fantastic. Xabi Hernandez, then times Chelsea head coach, Frank Lampard, he insisted to Chelsea board, said, Charlie, because you know, you remember that Champions League game that Chelsea were playing against Amsterdam or 2 free kick be share, you know. Come on. Charlie, no be a see Hakim Ziyech, David Beckham, what you see now must bo Hakim Ziyech, Dindi Frefra, Charlie Ronaldo Monia Diadeba. This time Hakim Ziyech about Premier League in move down far. So Hakim Ziyech, as it stands now, is a free agent. Every club will be able to me for Hakim Ziyech, and so to me about Rema. No rules binding these clubs to say, and these players say they can't make their moves, but they are on free agent. Then second player, Christian Eriksen. You know, about Christian Eriksen. People know Christian Eriksen mostly at the time at Tottenham Hotspur. I was spending the Tottenham Hotspur legend. He came to Manchester United. He delivered under opinion and everything. He was one of their best players in the season of 2024 or 2022-2023. What you say? So Christian Eriksen, as it stands now, or your free agent, you can go for Christian Eriksen. So Man United, if you want him back, you can go for Christian Eriksen. I mean, Arsenal, the Gunners, Barcelona, Real Madrid, every club out there, these players are there. You can go for them. What you say? So the next player is Tomiyasu. You know, do you remember Tomiyasu? Yes. So Tomiyasu is one of the players, honestly, a free agent. Then Toko Ikambi, Dele Ali, former player. Como FC, Como for terminated Dele Ali contract. So as it stands now, or your free agent in the market, Oxlade Chamberlain so called, is it basic task? Then they believe the board on the attitude, be one or two things are board team, you know. I think some terminated a brand and a Oxlade Chamberlain on the contract. Or your free agent as it stands now. Then Patrick Bamford, then former player of Chelsea, former player of Everton. This guy, he was fantastic. During 2019-2020 season, he got to a time Chelsea wanted to go for Patrick Bamford back to the team. But still it didn't work. So Patrick Bamford, as it stands now, is a free agent. Then Yuisan Ben Yedder is also a free agent. Umtiti, former Barcelona player, free agent. Mendy, former Manchester City player, is also a free agent. This guy, Kazawa, is also a free agent. Katzuma, former player of Chelsea, then West Ham United, also a free agent. Which is Bakayoko. Yes. Bakayoko is also a free agent. Regulion, former player of Tottenham Hotspur, is a free agent. Paco Akasa. Do you remember old days of Paco Akasa? Also a free agent. Then Oriol Romeo, former Barcelona player, Cologne, our Girona, and also a free agent. This guy, Insigne, is it Insigne? Yes. Former player of Napoli, and also a free agent. Then, this guy Iheanacho, the Nigerian international, Krianechi Iheanacho, is also a free agent. Yes. Then Ghanaian international, Thomas. Is it Thomas Amate or Amate? Amate something. But what I know is Amate. So Amate, the Ghanaian international, and also a free agent. Then Parker, and so a free agent. So these are the players. I would say After the transfer window, no, you close here or Europe or the top flight list, you know, as it stands now, they don't have any club so you can go for these players. No rules binding them, no law binding them. You can go in right now and pick one. Say, oh, Hakim Ziyech come to United, Hakim Ziyech come to Man City. What's you say? Kezuma come to West Ham United. So these are the players. Yesterday, that's 3 days ago, after the transfer window was shut, they couldn't make a move. So you can go for them. Uzle Chamberlain. I mean, there are top players within these names now. Christian Eriksen is a top player. Hakim Ziyech is a top player. Toko Ikambi is a top player. Uzle Chamberlain, Patrick Bamford, Umtiti Kezawa, Bakayoko, and Epako Akasa. All these players are there. I think the top clubs, and I said the smaller clubs, rather, they want these players to come in. No, they can go for them. I believe they are also top players to help the clubs. That is another story coming out after the transfer window. But do you know that there are 2 players who rejected the move to join Manchester United? 2 players. They rejected a move, or they rejected a proposal from Manchester United because they know they told Manchester United, I won't play today and I won't play today. I'm not going to play for Manchester United. Do you know Randa Colomwani of Paris Saint-Germain? The first player to reject Manchester United this transfer window is Randa Colomwani. Randa Colomwani is one of the best players in Europe when it comes to the attacking force. A centre back who provided 14 goals and 6 assists for Paris Saint-Germain the year 2013, or 2023-2024. So Rana Colomwani was bought for Paris Saint-Germain 75 million euros. After just 1 year, Ana Luis Enrique said, no, my system, my tactics is not going to favor Randa Colomwani. Yamfani Timima Brandt. Juventus came in and said, okay, Randa Colomwani, we know him from Eintracht Frankfurt. He's one of the best. We want to lay off Abranti Efeno, Dusan Vlahovic. So please, borrow us Abranti Efeno, Randa Colomwani. So Colomwani, he played for Juventus last season. He joined on the 27th of January 2024. Then he completed the season with Juventus. After the season, Juve said, okay, Paris Saint-Germain, we want to trigger that buy clause for Abranti Efeno, Randa Colomwani. Paris Saint-Germain says, okay, we bought Colomwani for 75 million euros. He spent only 1 season for us. At the moment, we aren't going to accept anything less than 65 million euros. So if Juventus, if you are ready, then bring 65 to 70 million euros and we release Randa Colomwani. Juve said, no. 65 to 70 million a year. It is too much for Randa Colomwani. And can you confidently tell me, say Randa Colomwani last season under Luis Enrique or some people loan Kakao Juventus 65 million, but Paris, they aren't thinking about that. They believe, say, as far as I'm spending 75 million euros, they are told Randa Colomwani in the year. Anything less than 65 million euros, they are not going to accept it. Juve needed to do 2 things before they get Randa Colomwani. One, offload Abranti Efeno, Dusan Vlahovic. Vlahovic, towards the stance now, even if clubs will go for Vlahovic, the wages, what's I say? Any Nisika, what Jireo, Juventus, no, none of the clubs at this moment will be able to match that in wages now, what you know. So Vlahovic, Juventus, they had no choice to keep Vlahovic. If they are going to keep Vlahovic, then they aren't buy Abranti Efeno, Randa Colomwani in addition. So Manchester United went to Paris Saint-Germain. They said, okay, Paris Saint-Germain, how much are you selling Randa Colomwani? They said, we are not going to accept anything less than 65 million euros. Manchester United said, okay, fine. Sergeant Ratcliffe and Jason Walker say, we are going to offer that 65 million euros for Abranti Efeno, Randa Colomwani. But please, pardon us. Spread that amount of money in the space of 4 years and we are going to pay every single year. We are going to pay. Paris Saint-Germain said, no problem. Talk to the boy. If the player agrees to join Manchester United, we don't have any problem about that. Manchester United went to Randa Colomwani. He said, no, Manchester United, I'm not joining your team. So he was the first player who rejected Manchester United and moved to Manchester United this season. Then the second player to reject Man United was their former player, the academy product of Abranti Efeno, Danny Welbeck. Do you know that Danny Welbeck is 35 years old? Danny Welbeck, now you hear Danny Welbeck, 35 years. Danny Welbeck. And Manchester United wanted Danny Welbeck because they believe that now the kind of ball Danny Welbeck air ball Brighton and Hove Albion. Boy, when he age when him, but still or ball. What you say? So they said, let's go for Danny Welbeck. But let me give you this news that do you know that Eric Ten Hag last year before he left Manchester United, he told Sir Jim Ratcliffe that let's go for Danny Welbeck. Because during that time, Danny Welbeck, the kind of ball they pace now brand you see, and energy now we saw the wing side no. Now everything he needed that boy urgently. United. They spoke to Danny Welbeck. He said, no. You say Kuntu here, Konechi, but this Kuntu we party, you don't go going back. This Kuntu, you don't go going back. So I don't go come Manchester United. So Danny Welbeck rejected Manchester United under Eric Ten Hag, and he has rejected Manchester United again under Ruben Amorim, Philippe Marquinhos. This is the story of Manchester United. So two players. So imagine say Manchester United ne Tottenham was player when Tottenham player and say I will join Tottenham over Manchester United. It doesn't make sense. Is it because Tottenham to also 17th na United? Or aside the league table in the crowd, is it because Tottenham they beat Manchester United to win the Europa League? So under no circumstance that if not money or if not playing time, a player will reject Manchester United and play for Tottenham Hotspur. Imagine. It doesn't make sense. But at the moment, look at the players rejecting Manchester United. So these are the two players. The news couldn't blow. But we, the journalists, we, the ABS Sports crew, we got this news. Randa Kolomuan rejected Manchester United, and Danny Welbeck also rejected Manchester United. That is why I started from the players. I'm a free agent. Man United, they can go for one of these players. Hakim Ziyech is there. Once I say Kezuma is there, Hakim Ziyech, although he was sunny, but he's not bad. He could help Manchester United. So these are the stories I want you to elaborate and talk about. And you, the fans out there, you can put your comment, at the comment section. Please share and subscribe on our YouTube channel. My name is Ivan Zapia, the sports. I'm on ABS Series at ABS Sports.